Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Sports Science Hacks, where today I'm going to go through a virtual job interview for an S&C coach position. Now let me quickly explain how this will work. It's a virtual interview and I will ask questions out loud. You'll see the question on the screen as well. What I want you to do is pause when you see the notes pop up on the screen after the question. So I'll ask the question, some notes will come up, it will only be on the screen for a few seconds, so please pause it. Have a pen and paper ready, because what I'd like you to do ideally is write down, based on my cues, think about how you're going to answer these questions at your upcoming interview. Okay, so I'm going to start with question 1. So thank you for coming today. It's great to have you. I'd just like to know firstly, why have you applied for this role? Okay, moving on now. From looking at your application, I can see that you've already got a couple of years experience working in this sport. Can you briefly tell us what you did, and more importantly, tell us what you learned from the last couple of years in this job? Okay, question number 3. What do you think are the key physical characteristics for this sport that you're going into? So, hypothetically, if you get the job, what sort of areas are you working on with the athletes in the gym and on the field? Alright then, I'm going to move on to question 4 now. So, I'm sure you appreciate that you won't just be in the gym and on the field. A big part of your role is also about recovery. We're playing 50-55 games a season, a lot of travel as well. So really importantly, can you tell us about your experience of using recovery protocols with athletes? Okay, moving on to question 5 now. We can appreciate that not every athlete you encounter will enjoy the gym. Some athletes don't like it. How do you deal with a non-compliant athlete in the gym or on the field? Right then, question 6. Another part of your job is to break down information. So the information you get in the gym and on the field, you need to give that information to the coaching staff in staff meetings. So, can you tell us how would you break down complex information for our coaching staff? Moving on now to number 7. How do you plan to develop as an S&C coach? So, we'd be bringing you in hypothetically, you're still a young S&C coach, you've got plenty of time ahead of you. What are you going to do to keep developing and improving as an S&C coach? Okay, moving on to the penultimate question. As I hope you can understand, working in professional sport, it does require unsociable hours. You could be working 6-7 days a week, and it could also involve a lot of travel as well. What do you think about that? Alright then, final question in this interview. S&C is very competitive. We've spoken to a lot of great candidates today, and it really is fine margins. So our final question to you is, how do you stand out from the other people that we have spoken to today? Okay, so thank you for tuning in to this interview. I hope it was useful. If you have any feedback, any comments, get in touch with me on Instagram at Sports Science Hacks. If S&C is your area of interest, I've got plenty of videos on this channel as well. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon.